name is Joel Basiak. I run the day-to-day operations of Steveston Harbour Authority, which is the largest small craft commercial fishing harbour in Canada. In our harbour, fishing nets aren't so much becoming a problem in the water like they are in some other regions yet, but we are starting to see that on the coast, and that alarms me. It's mostly because there just isn't a place to dispose of these things, and if there are, it's not ecologically friendly. Later, when the Global Ghost Gear Initiative from World Animal Protection was introduced to me, when I started to see the statistics and started to see the photographs and the animals caught in these nets, because we don't see them offshore. You only see 2 or 3 miles offshore. Most people aren't out on the water, so you don't know what's out there. And when you start to really put that in perspective, that was a real driving force behind me to really keep this going. We gather the net into our seine lane, and then we have local fishers strip the net into the nylon and the polyethylene and separate it all out. And then they bag them in these large grain sacks, and those grain sacks are then loaded up by our staff into a truck, and that truck then takes the bag nets to a port facility, and they're then shipped out to a recycling facility in Slovenia to be regenerated into fresh first-grade nylon 6.
We know every year thousands and thousands of animals are actually caught in discarded fishing gear. 640,000 tons are dumped in the ocean, and they basically become floating death traps. Animals like whales, dolphins, sea lions, and turtles can become caught in it. Some of these animals will die, and some of them will have serious injuries. Some of them will drag it for many, many, many kilometers and become completely exhausted, and it's a very serious animal welfare issue. We have a solution that's really threefold. Joel's solution is to keep gear out of the oceans from never getting there in the first place, which is critically important. However, some gear is going to end up in our oceans, and we need to make sure that we can get it out and work with local partners to remove the gear. We also need to be working with local partners to rescue animals that have become entangled.
It costs anywhere between $5,000 and $6,000 to bury an entire seine net, and that is not a great way to do it, but it also costs the fishermen money. And if the nets are at the end of their lives, then they're still paying storage fees every year to keep them here because they don't want to have to pay to have them disposed. So fishermen are benefiting economically in that sense because I can get rid of them at no cost to them, and it's also to a really good cause, and I think that that counts for a lot as well.
We want companies to work with us and join the Global Ghost Gear Initiative. We know that together we have the power and influence to ensure that ghost gear stays out of our oceans for good.